dun, 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 dun. Happy Tuesday, everybody.
Welcome Tuesday
to Wake Up Charlotte to Go. This morning we're talking about a local influencer.
Yes, so if you have little kids, they probably have seen YouTube sensation Danny Go. Comment below if you've seen his videos on YouTube or if your kids watch him. Did you know he's from right here in Charlotte? So I got the chance to speak with him about his growing fan base and how he's working to make a difference and raise awareness with his newfound fame. And that's the video that's on YouTube now?
It's on there. You can see the shot of me kind of like snaking my way up it.
If you don't recognize Danny Coleman, your kids definitely do.
You ready to play the floor is lava game?
On YouTube, he's known as Danny Go.
You ready to have some fun with balloons?
With 220 million views on his channel, it's now become his full-time job.
Come on, let's go.
Born and raised in Charlotte, Daniel's first job out of college,
Kind of a cool part of the story.
was working for Lowe's. He did that for nearly 13 years.
I ended up shooting like a decor series. It was a friend of mine, another friend, that was seeing me do those videos for Lowe's. He had young kids, and so he was kind of familiar with what was on YouTube, and he was kind of like, you know, I think you could do this in the kids space and do really well.
And boy, did he do well.
Bounce, bounce.
The Floor's Lava, the one, we have two of them. Floor's Lava 1 has like, I think 27 million right now, which is our biggest. We made a second one like a month ago that already has 25 million. So he'll probably be the new king up there.
How do you wrap your head around like,
No, I don't even.
25 million people?
I know. It's beyond. I can't picture it. When it was like, when we were getting like 500,000 views, that was almost more like I could picture a stadium of 500,000 kids. Whoa, that's incredible. Like, I don't even know what 27 million looks like. That's wild to me.
And he's doing it all with his two best friends from childhood.
We just kind of pulled into the Danny Go team that is the team today.
And they tape almost all the videos in his garage in front of a blue screen.
It's kind of shoestring, I guess. You just have kind of a bond there that you can't fake. It's not a huge operation, but we're having fun and we're trying to put out a ton of videos.
Daniel says he's more inspired by what the platform gives him to raise awareness.
I have two sons. Isaac is 11, Levi is 7. So my son Isaac was born with a pretty serious genetic disorder that had kind of a lot of effects on his body, like he's missing some bones. He's had a bone marrow transplant, he's had a kidney transplant. So he's had a crazy life, and he's an incredible kid. He's super tough.
Isaac, his motivation to keep the content coming.
And so, yeah, there's a piece of me that kind of enjoys growing a platform with Danny Go, because there's a lot of causes I care about that, you know, causes that chose me, like Be the Match for bone marrow, joining the bone marrow registry. We had to wait a long time to get a good match for him. So like, I'm very passionate about more people joining that registry, and kidney donation, or any kind of organ donation. Like, I'm an organ donor, and we had to wait a long time for a kidney as well.
Looking back, it's hard for Daniel to believe how far everything has come.
This is a special place. So this is kind of the very first place where we pressed record on a Danny Go video. We've become a very musical kids show, and I just think it's funny, like right off the bat, we couldn't do anything but music. We were in a band together growing up, and we just like gravitate right back to music.
These childhood friends continue to turn original music every 2 weeks.
So yeah, it's just kind of fun to look back on it, because it was just complete experimentation, not any pressure at all. But it's fun to think about. It's become our jobs.
So great. And Daniel says he hopes one day the Danny Go team can go on tour, maybe start with like a schools tour. How fun would that be? Until then, they will just keep making videos. And if you do want more information on Be the Match and organ donation, we have all that information on our website, WCNC.com. But I had seen his videos online on YouTube, and then my daughter told me that they play them at her school to get the kids up and moving and dancing. And then when I found out he was from Charlotte, I was like, this is amazing. We have to do a story on him.
And then when you did the story, I was like, I need to test this out. So really all this week, JT and I have been dancing. I put them on my shoulders, and it really does get you going. They're so well edited, too. Like the other day, that video that he was talking about, The Floor is Lava 2, now is over 33 million, by the way, so way to go, Danny Go. But it was so fun because we were collecting ice gems.
Yeah.
And then meanwhile, you had to jump off floor when the lava was coming, and it's like, go to the right, go to the the left. It's really
so
cool.
fun.
It gets kids moving.
And it's crazy to think that he just started here at Lowe's.
I was going to say, so tell us more about, so he works with his two friends and...
From childhood, yes. And so basically he was in marketing and then he worked at Lowe's as an intern in college and then got a job there out of college. And then his boss was like, hey, why don't we make some videos for decorating? Yeah. And he said, fortunately, his boss let him be very creative with that. And so you saw some of the clips on there, the videos he was making, and he was being so creative. He said he was still learning editing and like messing around with that. But his friend, one of the friends he edits, that's in Danny Go now, had a kid at the time and said, you know, these videos kind of remind me of what's out there, like with Blippi and like, maybe you should try that. And so he said they thought, well, we're just going to try this for fun. And he said immediately, because they all were in a band together and like growing up, they just gravitated to the music sector.
I know he didn't like share his checkbook with you or anything like that, but like he's monetized this, he's like making a good living and evidently.
And he said so he's been doing this for a few years, and just in January he said he's taken it full time because he's finally been able to, make it his full-time job with just the three guys.
That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
I mean, if you said to me, Ben Thompson, go make some children's entertainment video, I would be like, what?
But this guy, I think this guy could do it.
Chris Mulcahy could absolutely. Yeah. I'm just saying, it's like people are wired totally. Like I would.
Well, his mom was a music teacher, and he sang growing up, so he's always gravitated to music. But what's interesting too, I didn't realize we did a story on him back in 2015 when his son needed bone marrow transplant, and his son almost died, and so we did a story on just this local couple. Sure. And they talked about Be the Match and organ donation. His son needed a kidney, and he wasn't even doing the YouTube thing yet. So now to see how far his son has come, and now he's saying, well, I have this platform, and now I want to use it to bring more attention to Be the Match and organ donation and to help families in need.
Wow, and people are evidently...
So Jennifer Welsh saying, my grandson's favorite. Joy saying, I'm an organ donor. Way to go, Joy. And David saying, Danny Go, loves Danny Go. So, yeah, it's funny. When I posted this story on my social media saying, be sure to watch tomorrow morning, so many people commented, even people I knew, that said, my kids love Danny Go. I had no idea he was from Charlotte. No. And he actually told me a funny story that one of his neighbors came up to him and was like, my son was watching... Is that you? Like, because, he's dancing all goofy and has his hat and everything, but when he's just a regular guy, sometimes you don't put two and two together.
Wow. Yeah, and what an inspiration, too, that it's never too late to try something new. And maybe
totally.
Because I'm really into him now, honestly. More than JT, because he's only 11 months.
We need to see if you can make a cameo in one of his videos.
My God. I'm a huge Danny Go fan. Just letting you know. Hopefully he's watching. Probably not. But no, it's really inspiring about how interactive and it draws you in. Like as I mentioned, how active it is. My new favorite one is do the wiggle dance.
Do the wiggle dance. We need to get Ben to do the wiggle dance.
Do the wiggle.
You keep on waiting on that.
See, also they're catchy too. Catchy songs.
But he comes out every 2 weeks?
He said they do a new original song every 2 weeks.
That's impressive.
Isn't that crazy?
So impressive.
I'm like, how do you do that? He's like, again, he said, our brains are just wired that way. Yeah. He said originally they were just trying to take kids on fun lessons, and he goes, no, music was our thing. And that's what, at my daughter's school, that's what he's known for, to get people up and dancing and moving and get the kids, when they've been sitting in their chairs for too long, to get them up and moving. So I love it, and I love talking to him, and he was so nice.
Such a great guy, too.
Yeah. So anyway, well, keep commenting
Chris
below.
Chris is fanboying over here.
Totally.
That's why I already had questions for him, and Sarah's going to message him.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Chris was like, can you ask him his outfits?
There you go.
He was like, does he change the color in editing, or does he have the same outfit in all those different colors? I'm like, I bet he changes them in editing.
It's great. And there's multiple. Danny Goes dancing at one point, then there's his two friends. One's wearing the bear. Again, the total fanboy. Love you, Danny.
And one was like an engineer. He just does that on the side.
Wow.
I know. Isn't it amazing?
Well, listen, if you need a third or fourth staffer, Danny.
Right here.
Do the wiggle. Come on.
That's right. All right, folks, that's going to have to do it for us. We'll see you back here tomorrow for another edition of Wake Up Charlotte to Go.
Bye.